So now we are over at the Sicily airspace, or Italian airspace, sorry, Roma information. So now we have left Maltese airspace and we are on our way to Sicily. So now I can explain to you what to do, how to get your PPL and what to do step by step. Because for some people it might sound very difficult, but if you know it step by step, it's very doable. So for example, first of all, you have to get your medical license. You need to get your medical class 2 at least. You can also get your medical class 1. And with the medical class 2 you are perfectly fine to operate and get your PPL license, which is the private pilot license. Also different important thing about the PPL is you cannot get paid to fly. So that's a different, then you need to obtain your commercial pilot license. So that's another thing. So PPL is on a modular route, it's your first step to obtain the commercial pilot license, because with the PPL you can then, after you get your PPL, you can fly an aircraft literally anywhere in the world and you can just go fly, like single engine piston. If you get a single engine piston rating, which basically always is the case, then you can fly with a single engine piston aircraft all over the world, because the PPL is worldwide recognized. It's a worldwide license. First of all, you get your medical, then you can basically already start flight training. That's simple. So you go to your local flight school or to a commercial flight school, doesn't matter what you prefer, and you can basically start getting flight lessons from that moment. So you can say like, hey, I'm interested in getting flight lessons, can I get flight lessons with you? And they will provide you with all the information and the cost. Every country, every place has its own cost. But for a PPL, realistically speaking, I would say count at least 15 to 20,000 euros. Just being realistically, because okay, if you finish your PPL with minimum hours, which is 45, then it will be cheaper, but just let's say calculate a bit more, so it will only fall out a bit cheaper than expected, instead of it became more expensive than expected. So let's say 15 to 20,000 euros, the whole package. So you will get your flight hours, you get your ground school exams. You will need to pass 9 ground school exams, which covers meteorology, principles of flight, communication, human performance limitations, aircraft general knowledge. So all those kinds of subjects. Also you need to get an RT certificate. You don't need a radio license to obtain a PPL. However, if you're going to fly with your PPL, you want to go through airspaces most likely, so you'll anyway need your RT license. So you also need to do that. That's a separate examination as well. So you need your RT license, your medical license, and you need to pass 9 subjects with at least 75% per subject. However, this sounds maybe crazy, like how am I gonna do this? It's doable. Like, let me check 1 second. That's what you need. You need to pass the 9 subjects with 75% each, and you need to do them. You can do them as many times as you want, of course, but it's very nice if you pass in one time. And you can practice those questions with exam questions with question banks. For example, you have Bristol Ground School, that's where I did mine. Very good, I would definitely recommend them. I will leave a link in the description. This is not sponsored by the way, but it's very helpful. So Bristol Ground School, they offer the full package for the PPL Ground School, which is at a very low cost. I think it was, I'm not sure to be honest, but I think it was around 300 euros for the complete PPL Ground School. And then you also have to buy the question bank, which is only like, I think, 15 euros per month. So it's definitely worth the money. So you practice all the ground school with Bristol, then you go to your local flight school and tell them I'm ready for the exam. Then you will have to do most likely a written test at your school first. They will give you the same exam questions. Then if you pass that, they will give you a green light to go to the examination institution, so you can do your exams there. So you have to do that 9 times. You don't have to do it all at once. You can do, of course, as you prefer. But if you want quality over quantity, I will prefer don't rush it. Take your time. Anyway, so you need to pass those 9 subjects. You pass the medical, RT. Once you do that, you have to gain at least 10 hours of solo time. So you have to fly 10 hours solo, so all by yourself. And you will also need at least 25 hours of dual time, so with an instructor. So once you have all that, you are basically ready for the exam somehow, if you have done everything. But that's just the minimum requirements. Also, you need to do, during your solo, you need to do a 180 nautical mile flight with landings on 2 different airports. So, let's say for example, I will go today from Malta to Comiso, Comiso to Reggio Calabria and back. Then I have my 180 nautical mile flight done. So the places between those, the complete circle, or the triangle, I have to say, sorry, has to be at least 180 nautical miles. Once you have done all that, you have done all the maneuvers, all the practices, you've learned how to fly, then you will be ready for the exam. But that's it. So a small sum up from all the requirements. Medical, at least 45 hours, 20 hours, 25 hours has to be dual, 10 hours has to be at least solo. RT license, medical, and that's it. Then you're all set to go, then you get your PPL, you can get your hours. Take your friends and family for a flight, and in the meantime you can build experience, gain flight hours, like as I do now. I'm doing my hour building and night rating. I'm not doing night rating today, but in this month I will do my night rating. Also you can then after you can do your ATPL ground school as well, in the same time. If you want to proceed commercially, of course. Otherwise, after PPL you're finished, then you can just enjoy. You can maybe get an instrument rating if you want a night rating, but that's just all additions. So that's it. I hope you have something, you can make something out of the information I provided. If you still have questions, don't hesitate, leave them in the comment section below. I will be happy to answer. And yeah, if you're starting your PPL journey, I wish you all the best of luck, and hopefully I'll see you on my next flight.
Switches.